What's the most devastating secret you found on a shared bank account? I found out my wife had spent over $80,000 behind my back, but the real betrayal wasn't the debt. It was the Google search I found on her laptop. Can you get pregnant with early menopause? I first noticed something was wrong when our joint credit card was declined at the grocery store. I logged into the account and felt the floor drop out. Maxed out. All of them. $80,000 in debt we didn't have a month ago. My mind went straight to the worst places, a gambling addiction, an affair, blackmail. When I confronted her, she broke down and confessed. It was for experimental fertility treatments at a private clinic. I was furious. After years of trying, we had both really agreed to stop the emotional roller coaster and start the adoption process. We had the pamphlets on our coffee table. I felt so profoundly betrayed. The fight was awful. She was ashamed and defensive. I was hurt and angry. For weeks, we lived like ghosts in the same house. I couldn't even look at her. I started the grim process of untangling the financial mess. It wasn't about snooping anymore, it was about survival. I needed to know the exact scale of the damage. That's how I earned the discovery that changed everything. I was going through our insurance provider's online portal, looking at old explanation of benefits statements. I was hoping some of the cost might be covered. That's when I saw it. A claim from a specialist she had seen 6 months before the spending spree started, a doctor she never mentioned. I clicked on the details. The diagnosis code was for premature ovarian failure. I didn't know what that was, so I looked it up. Early menopause, a condition that makes natural conception, even with IVF, nearly impossible. The expensive treatments she had paid for out of pocket, they never had a real chance of working. She must have known. The spending wasn't an act of hope. It was an act of pure, irrational desperation. All my anger just evaporated and was replaced by this hollow, aching sadness. I didn't confront her with anger. I walked into the bedroom where she was sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at one of the adoption agency pamphlets. I sat down next to her, the space between us feeling like a mile. I quietly said, "I saw the diagnosis from Dr. Evans. Why didn't you just tell me?" She didn't look at me. She just deflated like all the air had gone out of her. Her voice was a whisper. "Because I felt like a failure. I thought if I could just fix it, you'd never have to know how broken I was." Then the sobs started, these awful, ragged sounds that felt torn from her soul. I didn't hold her. I just sat there, listening to the sound of our marriage breaking. We're in counseling, and we sold the house to pay off the debt. Every night, I watch her meticulously track our budget on a spreadsheet, the same focus she once used on ovulation charts.